Just over the last couple of weeks, there's been a lot of developments in the field of technology, particularly in the fields of quantum computing, artificial intelligence, and robotics. So, what did I get from quantum computing? Um, Quantum computing is the next level in terms of computing. Conventional computers operate on ones and zeros, bits, whereas quantum computers, they not only use the zero and the one, they use all the values greater than zero and all the values less than one. And by being able to do that, they're able to run many programs over off the same bit of hardware. So what would take a normal computer a million years to figure out, like something like encrypting or decrypting or hacking into somebody's computer system, it's supposed to take a couple of million years to hack into some of the latest encryption software. However, a quantum computer would be able to do it in minutes. So IBM have built their quantum computer. Microsoft have released a quantum chip as well. And there's other countries around the world that are working very hard and investing vast amounts of money to create their own quantum computers. And according to IBM, their computer, they're testing it, they're working on it, and they reckon that they can roll it out by 2030. And along with quantum computing, you have artificial intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence in terms of military, we think about the nightmarish scenario where in the Terminator series, where a computer system decides that the best way to defend itself is to obliterate humankind. And artificial intelligence is not that far off from it. However, recently, in the last few weeks, China released their DeepSeek artificial intelligence, and that was to rival ChatGPT. And just there last week, just there in the last couple of days, Elon Musk has and his team have released Grok 3, which is significantly more smarter than the other two and three other competitive AIs that are currently in the market. Now, the thing about artificial intelligence is that I remember a few years before COVID, there was a convention, there was a treaty signed by the big powers, not to it wasn't to not research AI, but it was to not utilize AI in terms of a kill chain. Now, a kill chain is defined as a procedure where, if you think about a manual kill chain, what had happened was an officer would see a threat on the horizon. It could be a missile, it could be a helicopter, it could be a ship. It'd be then up to the officer to decide how to neutralize that threat. And then the officer would order that a missile to shoot down whatever that threat is. Whereas with AI, uh, in a manual system, it'll take minutes and it'll take three, four, five people along a kill chain. You'll have the person who observes the threat, you'll have the person who decides what way to neutralize the threat, and finally you have somebody to load the weapon and fire off and neutralize that threat. Whereas if you had artificial intelligence doing that, it would be done in microseconds. The decision will be made before anybody even realizes there's a threat on the horizon. So AI is actually being used in Ukraine at the moment as a consequence to the drone warfare that's going on. What was happening to the drones on both sides was that there's radio jamming equipment out there, and in order to counteract the radio jamming equipment on those drones, what they started doing was upgrading the drones with artificial intelligence, which meant that the operator of the drone, he'd be flying the drone, he spots the target, he designates, he tells the drone basically that that's the target he wants to get hit. Then he can literally switch off operation of the drone, and the drone will automatically go in and zero that threat. The reason being that that threat might have radio jamming equipment on board, and as soon as if that drone was manually operated, it would come within 20 meters of the target, and then it would zero out, and the drone would be neutralized. So as a consequence of that, they started upgrading their drones with artificial intelligence, and it's not hard to see on the horizon that logically the best way to neutralize an enemy on the battlefield today would be to have a massive swarm of drones, like 1,000, 2,000 drones, just saturate a battlefield, and straight away that it's game over. So in order to prevent that scenario from happening, military decision makers, research and development are working on ways to be able to set up an automatic kill chain, an AI kill chain, a lot like Skynet, a lot like Terminator. And it is what it is, and it has to happen because what we've learned from the Ukraine war is the importance of the drones, the ability for a $50 drone to blow up a €1 million tank. And now on the other side, they see the problems with firing a $1 million Patriot missile to bring down a $2,000 Shahed drone. It just doesn't make sense. And with artificial intelligence, the AI would be able to identify what kind of threats are on the horizon, decide what is the best suitable way to neutralize that threat, and finally fire off that threat. If you could imagine a minigun with hyper accurate gunnery, it's impossible for a human to do. It'd have to be operated by a machine. And finally, just recently, Elon Musk announced the introduction of a humanoid robot, and according to the demonstration, the robot is using artificial intelligence, and it's able to perform simple manual jobs within a certain factory. And what Elon is saying is, yeah, my robot can do this now. Imagine what can it do in about 5 years' time, 10 years' time, 20 years' time. So it's just a sign of things to come. So what do I get from that as a military enthusiast? Technology, warfare, technology and warfare technology is those next level technologies are going to bring that technology warfare to the same level as nuclear, biological, and chemical. It's mutually assured destruction if you start using AI and robotics and quantum computing on the battlefield. So going forward, it's good to have it, and it's good to have it and not need it, and better to never be in a situation that you need it and not actually have it. So that's all I have to say today. Take care.